lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the front row. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride. For my brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. When I'm in magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me when I'm in magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it?
How will the Saints respond to heartbreak yet again? It's the coach. It's the first of two this Monday night on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the New Orleans Saints trying to put the sting of last year's NFC Championship game no call behind them as they play host to a preseason favorite in the AFC South, the Houston Texans. I'll look back to opening weekend at halftime, but now it's off to Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Standing by, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Forgot they had Duke Johnson, no? Let this rookie return it.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it. And boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
Just like that. Just like that.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Let's go.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
To throw is Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas.
Oh, no.
Let's go. Do it. Ready? We're waiting. I hope you got your left because I'm about to take you through.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Breeze now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. With Mark Ingram now in Baltimore, it's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Got him.
Encroachment, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on fourth down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on fourth down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Texans under their 6-year head coach, Bill O'Brien. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson off play action.
Pass rush, though.
He's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Watson. And Stills over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
Try and get a stop right here and goes the ball back. Offense started going.
From the gun on third, Watson.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Kiko Alonso in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
No.
But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Hopefully he can come back because he's a strong runner.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Keith Kirkwood that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Definitely did not see him coming down the line like that.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now a play fake. Breeze. Oh, he got position.
Let's go.
And he pulls it in. A good pickup there at 22. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Hey, watch delay.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10
I don't
to
think
the
he
7.
caught that.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Let's see a replay of it. No, he's out of bounds. Bring that one back.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Would have been a crazy catch if he could have done it, though. But that'll be 2nd and 10.
After review of the play,
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Drops another one in the end zone.
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the draw, here's Johnson.
Yes.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their 2nd-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Go back up.
This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. This not the final game of this opening weekend. Still one more. That comes your way later tonight out in Oakland. The Denver Broncos and Vic Fangio's coaching debut taking on the Oakland Raiders. The final home opener for the Silver and Black in the East Bay. On 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here taking place in Week 1. They have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby, and he will score. It's a touchdown.
Wow.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4. But so far, just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
No. The pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big stop, let's go!
From the 39, Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Johnson. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson, dancing to his left. He may try and run for this.
That's why I said play contain.
He's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a 1st down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Now Watson, and he finds Stills, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So frustrating.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Kiko Alonso, his 2nd sack of the night. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Let's go. Cam Jordan makes a good stop.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Let's
and
go.
they return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's into the clear. 20.
All the
10,
way.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 84 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
off a halfback
screen. That touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead. It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
As soon as he turned around, he got lit up.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's got Fuller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Watson. It's complete. Stills. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson.
Nope, that's half.
Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it was the Rams who took their first step towards a Super Bowl return by claiming the victory. 31-14, the final. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Phillip Rivers, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. 17-7, the final score. In our game, it was the right arm of Drew Brees that led the way in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Watson looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Watson.
Oh, yeah.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Stop.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
One more.
Here's Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Breeze now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. A fight for the football.
No way.
Intercepted.
What?
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
No way.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well.
Gentlemen, not what was supposed to happen on that drive.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's got this down to the 35. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Pushing through the contact. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. Hopkins on the grab.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And he fumbled it. It's on
Let's
the
go
ground.
ours.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Caught on the left side by Ginn. They'll have a 1st down past the 40.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
No one's picking him up.
So well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The last catch nearly got him a 1st, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Breeze now to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Latavius Murray, past the 20, touchdown.
Come on.
New Orleans. Latavius Murray, 50 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Fells has it. Left side. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
First down.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails.
Probably wouldn't have taken it very far, but at least it would have blocked it.
And that's exactly what he just did.
We're up 3.
Play here for a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden, the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence. Because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always had the confidence that they just got their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And Gibbs got it. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Shift to the
Over
opposite
100 yards
way.
receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. Breeze now.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completion.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Now a first down throw, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston.
Why did you come up on the ball?
DeAndre Hopkins, 52 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Big stop.
You need to get the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Watson and the Texans now. Down 27-24. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw.
Sir, come on.
To P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Come on.
Alvin Kamara with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point?
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Bring it out against me.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. Finding Fells complete.
Use one?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Watson now to throw. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
They're just costing themselves the game.
A big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Akins, 29 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He will push his way down to about the 14. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check.
Just because they want to
now Breeze on the bootleg. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for New Orleans, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up.
Week 2.
One seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
It's girly power. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams. With that, we're off to L.A. for the Rams' home opener in their 3rd season back home. Standing by, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And a few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Carries 66 yards and a touchdown last week. I'm going to try and up that a little bit.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. The QB bringing him out. Spent his first 5 NFL seasons in a Charger uniform. A fan favorite with these folks. And really, wherever he goes, a well-liked guy, Drew Brees.
Yeah, some guys just do it right, don't they? And Drew Brees has done exactly that. Now, as you mentioned, 5 years in a Chargers uniform, and he has good memories of that. That's really just a jersey up on the wall for him now, right? He just wants to go ahead and play the game.
Brees now on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards, the final tally.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That's a good start against the Rams.
Jared Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you started on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Rams now under their 33-year-old head coach, Sean McVay. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. And, right away, he lost the football. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Goff. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Gurley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football.
Fumbled in the end zone. Let's go.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Clay Matthews
can't get away.
The heat and gets the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Breeze.
Punt from the 1 now.
Aaron Donald gets the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Ain't even going to touch it?
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Brandon Cooks, the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown LA! Brandon Cooks.
Touchdown Rams, I guess. I want to see something really quick, though. 74 was the official distance on that one.
Scoring a touchdown against his former mates as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
The 1 yard line. 74-yard punt.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 66 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for. As now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. But it winds up falling incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. But look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Throwing on second down. Goff under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a very tough 3rd and 15 forthcoming. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hekker, on to punt for the Rams. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20.
You go, 21.
Now a play fake. Breeze going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Breeze. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
You caught that one either?
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Maybe he did. First down. It's really close.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself.
Oh.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
That can't be on me, man. Come on.
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee.
had the right read first.
Touchdown of the new season. And the Rams have taken the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. That's fielded in the end zone. And they're going to stop him short of the 20 with a penalty flag down. And what's the call here?
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run. This is Kamara. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Breeze to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. That's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
That was definitely 21-7.
15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Gurley again here on 1st down. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 35 on 2nd down, Goff.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. Now it's Gurley. They give him 4 yards there.
Trying to make sure he's not trying
6.
to throw deep here. But
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Looking for the end zone. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
17-7.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a draw. Goff gives to Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Goff now looking to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Goff. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more...
What?
For the 3rd time here in
How are they jumping these routes so perfectly?
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. And he's got this down to the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And Kamara has it stripped. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. A 20-point win, 34-14, the final. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. 27-16, the final score. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area, see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And that one is at halftime as they've got the lead over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Ryan Grant, a touchdown catch in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Goff. He's got Higbee complete right side.
4 turnovers, 4 missed tackles. It's getting ridiculous.
Goff now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple of years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
My defense actually make a stop.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. From the red zone now, Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Let him know. Check 43.
Out of the gun. Gone.
What?
It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there.
Got some time left here. Let's see if we can make
pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Jerked him out of his shoes.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play.
What in the world is going on?
See what they have up their sleeve. A second down pass play.
I have
there,
never seen this before.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Running with Kamara. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Now Breeze. Blitz.
Come on, no way.
Bryce Hager coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of
offensive line
scrimmage.
is giving up on every single damn play.
Once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Sure.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And an alley run. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley.
Remember, they thought they were good.
Touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon.
I just don't
success
understand
this early, great momentum going
game.
forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And all that work.
No way every linebacker is 80 overall.
Knee, and that's the 25-yard
90
line.
overall, I mean, sorry.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Come on.
Here's a pass swung out
There you go.
to his running
Go.
back.
Keep going. Juke the shit out of him. Good.
And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game.
Hoping for pass
interference. Continue to do that. Maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
No.
He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line
please?
at the 3.
No.
12 yards there and a first down.
Moving the ball, I guess.
Now they'll run. Murray.
Touchdown.
And he takes it across and
All
into
right.
the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10, Goff again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
Drop it. Let's go.
To make people miss in the open field.
Yes, sir.
Big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Slash.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself.
Yes, sir.
And go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
23 yards the pickup there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The throw from Breeze into the hands of Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break them. Are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like...
No.
Another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Fights him off.
What?
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Goff throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, but now it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40.
You can't do anything.
Said and done.
They can just throw it wherever they want. I throw it one time. Picked
they
up.
have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Actually, this game is no easier. Actually, in Seattle, of course.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought
218
down. A nice little gain.
Okay.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Oh, we lost this game.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Hard to win when your fucking quarterback has 5 interceptions.
Stronger as this game moves along.
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. To throw is gone.
Touchdown.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing
One
that matters is
touchdown,
part 2,
5
right?
picks.
Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Picked.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and that'll bring up second down. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So it's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Defense was expecting run, and their delta pass of over 15 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off by his nemesis, Nickel Roby-Coleman. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Gosh, you had...
Wow.
So the LA Rams with a victory here. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you
LA
felt the same way
based
on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they...
Next week, let's go play the Seahawks. Gotta win this one then.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, we're out to Seattle for the 32nd and final home opener of the 2018 season. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
90. Mike 47. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. And Ginn's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Throwing on first down is Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Kamara has it stripped. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. On third down, Wilson. Complete, he finds Bray. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on third down. Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a first down. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
What? 280. Right there, 56.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson to the right side, and he's got more complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
It's a touchdown. Those two more. Pretty sure. One. Pretty sure if it was in 2. That's 2. Touchdown.
After review of the play,
they had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. On first down, Breeze. Smith catches left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Breeze to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I don't know if Coach told me before, but he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Breeze going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.